Good morning, everybody. Happy end
Hello.
of April. It is really
Already.
a great day here in Florida. The past couple of days have been amazing here. It's just been like almost no clouds in the sky and so hot, like 80 something degrees. So I've been really excited about that. Um, what have you guys been doing over the past couple of days? Robert, I know you're not here in Florida yet, but
Yes.
D Nova and I are. So what on these beautiful days, what have you guys been doing?
We had a few stormy days, but nothing like the United States experience. If we say storms, it's probably like just a rainy day in the States. But we had hail. So probably about 3 days ago, we had a bit of a hailstorm. It was like 5 minutes of just egg size balls of ice falling out of the sky.
Oh my
And
wow.
luckily, we
Eggs,
didn't
that's
have any
crazy.
damage. So that was okay. But today is a hot day. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and we have lovely weather, and it's been a good day. I had lovely breakfast, and I have some good news. I had a song that released yesterday, so it's on all platforms. It's an Afrikaans song, so if we have any South African listeners who understand Afrikaans, it was released yesterday, and I'll probably put it in the description to so
Yes,
you can see what where to find it. So it's basically on all platforms, on Spotify, on Apple Music, and Deezer. I don't know what you used to uh, like using for music platforms, but YouTube Music, and it's quite a cool song, I must say. So I'm excited.
I'm sure it is if it's yours.
yeah.
Oh, sweet, thank you.
Yeah. So when you say Afrikaans,
Mm,
uh, so and I know that you and I have talked about this.
yeah.
So it's in a totally different language for
Yes.
us,
So,
right? So it's
yes. So Afrikaans is one of the if you can call it the native languages in South Africa. We have 13 official languages where sign language is also acknowledged as one of the
oh
official
perfect.
languages, and that is so cool. And it's actually not a very old language. It's probably about 400 years old, and it's been official for, I think it was just like this year, no, last year. It turned 100 years old for one of our official languages in South Africa, and it sounds very similar to the Flemish language, or they used to call it kitchen Dutch. They would say it's what the people would speak in the kitchen, from because we colonials of the Dutch, of Portuguese, British. So there's quite a bit of diversity and a lot of influences with regards to language. I mean, that's also why we have the best wine in the world, because we were taught by the French.
Well, I'll be the judge of that. You got to bring some over.
We'll do that.
That is
So
awesome.
it's a cool
Amazing.
language, yeah.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And we would love to be able to see that. So we're going to put that in our Discord as well as link that from our YouTube and
Awesome,
all our
thank you.
social medias. Can't wait. We can purchase this right on all platforms. You said
Yeah, it's yeah. If you have any of those streaming platforms, you can just go and listen to it.
perfect. Well, I will be a supporter, 100%.
Yay!
100%.
Yeah. D, anything going on?
Just plugging along mostly, working on projects at home a lot, and working on expanding the practice. Um, I have a workshop coming up on May 9th and May 23rd. It's a 2-day workshop, where we will be doing matryoshkas.
Oh,
Yes,
Um,
cool.
love
uh,
them.
as layers of the self, a metaphor for the layers of the self. And this is one I did years ago, but it is each layer of the matryoshka. See, pops open.
Cute.
This is my playful side with bouncing balls.
Mhm.
And it is each layer has a single word that identifies it, and then you paint something on the outside that represents that. And so I'll be doing that in May. And then I have my Pride workshop, where we take the big silk fans and paint them with paint markers for
Wow.
Pride.
Wow.
And so we do that in June to celebrate Pride Month. And other than that, just not a lot going on. But my oldest daughter got accepted into 2 different colleges in Virginia. So
Woo!
Congratulations.
Radford University and Virginia Tech.
Oh
That's so
boy.
exciting.
Wow.
So we may be taking a trip in August
Yeah.
to Virginia to take her to school. She will either be studying anthropology or classics.
Ooh.
Anthropology. That is so
I
interesting.
was just having a
Yeah.
discussion about that the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Very
really
fascinating
likes
field.
cultural anthropology and that sort of thing, and the history of language and the history of culture.
Mhm.
Oh,
She's
absolutely.
real
I get
big
that.
into the history of food.
Oh
She
wow.
loves exploring recipes from different cultures and things like that. So we're always doing experiments in the kitchen.
I love that.
Oh my gosh. Your daughter sounds absolutely amazing. And
Oh,
really.
I wish her luck.
She's and she also just got her driver's license. So
Uh-oh.
Oh, congratulations! That's a
Yep.
big step.
that is a big step, and it took her a few years, but we got it done, and she got her driver's license.
Good.
And she's now,
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah.
as she puts it, a full adult.
A full
Hey.
adult.
Oh,
She's
see.
a lot further along in life than I am.
I told her that she was further along than a lot of
A
people.
lot of people. Yeah, really. I don't want to grow up. I don't want my driver's license. My insurance is too high.
I understand that completely.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Dee, it sounds so like you've had a great past month. And a lot of progress.
It's been really good, and things are just going along pretty smoothly. So part of me is going, okay, where's the hiccup?
Yeah.
Always
I
bracing
think
for
that's
something to go
where's
wrong.
the glitch going to come in?
Oh,
right.
But at the same time, it's been going really well. So I'm happy to say that things on family life, work life, home life are all pretty balanced right now. And, been doing a good job of taking care of myself and taking care of the family and taking care of life. So
That's
I can't complain right now.
Right. That's really good. I think, when we're expecting those like hiccups, I think that's also a very familiar thing for parents, especially when you have so many different changes that are going on, like your daughter going off to college. And that, I had a friend who was like, I'm just so scared of this empty nesting. And, it's just different. It's like, we look forward to these things, but then we're like, oh, am I ready? And we're never ready. Right? We're never ready for any of that.
No,
we just let it go. We just have to let it go.
We just have to. Mama's got to let her baby go. I take consolation in the fact that I got another one at home.
Yeah, exactly. See, us Filipino families, we really wanted to have like 10 kids because we all live together in that little house. But and that didn't happen for me. So now I'm like, no, I'm just going to keep my 3 chained up in a room.
And you guys are wondering why I'm still living with my parents at 23. This is why.
I just took the chains off her for this podcast. That was all. Oh man.
Here's the ankle chains.
Yes. Congratulations, Dee.
There's no place else I'd rather be than with my family, though. So
I know.
Oh,
I know you've had a lot of things going on this month too, haven't you?
Me, I'd say so. Not a lot in terms of, progress that I would like to see personally with my projects, like my personal projects such as like my business or like my art. Unfortunately, I've been pretty burnt out the past month, so I've been working on trying to deal with that. But there can be a lot of internal progress when you're working on things within yourself. I know that I've definitely had a lot going on in here, and I think it pays as a good reminder to, one, take care of yourself, because you can't really make progress in other parts of your life if you're holding yourself back by constantly pushing yourself to push through that burnout. I'm somebody who burns out really easily, so taking care of myself is really important. So when I push through things, knowing that I'm burnt out, I'm only preparing myself for disaster by setting myself up for failure and knowing, oh, I'm just gonna crash for a really long time afterwards. So I'm learning how to try and find a good balance between that. So that's what I've been currently handling over the past month, but we're getting through it, and I'm getting myself back on my feet, and that's what matters.
Right. We always have those downtimes, and I think it's one of those things where I'm the same way, where I feel like burned out as far as like the interest that I'm in, because I'm a huge gamer. I game, like whether it's board games or whether it's video games, and I've been like, where's the creativity lately? There's like, even in entertainment itself, I'm like, where's the creativity? Come on, stop making remakes of Lord of the Rings. We've all seen it, and in the original was the best, so stop. So, but those are, I get you, where you're like, okay, come on, I got to find something else. But other than that, you're doing good though.
But Kat, I've seen you've been quite busy with your Vault 127. I saw Alex also like with parking the vehicle there on the beachfront. I said I feel so scared that if I had to do that, I would probably be stuck. I'll have to get someone to go and save me.
We have, and I will do a shout out to all the Florida fans who have been taking photos of me in the vehicle, the mini vault, out and about, from all the way down to Miami, all the way up to up to Pensacola, anywhere in between there. Whenever people see the vehicle, they take pictures and then they tag me and they're like, just saw you on the road. And so if you are in the area, or I'm going to be traveling as well over the next couple of months around the States. So if you see the vehicle, be sure to take a picture, tag me, and you'll get a free Volt 127 keychain. That is, it's the cutest little design. I'm really, really grateful. There's a lot of people out there who are big fans of Fallout as well as gaming. And it's nice to see that there's a lot of, female gamers that are my age. And it was, it's one of those things where when I was younger, I was just one of the geek girls, and I didn't want to go out, and I didn't want to play Barbie dolls. I didn't want to play, ride my bikes and stuff. I mean, I did.
She loved the pogo stick, guys.
I had a pogo stick. I would like bounce around the neighborhood, and people would be like, "Oh gosh, there's that Asian girl on the pogo stick again, bouncing by my house." And I'd just be like, "Yep, I'm real." So I was a geek. I was like one of the nerdy girls, and so it was really hard for me to find those connections. And then as you get older, it's even harder because you don't go out as much, and you don't, and you end up just being like, hey, let's just stay in and play Dungeons and Dragons, or watch a movie, or just be on my video game. So it's even harder to get out and do that as you get older. So having the opportunity to have this card over the past year almost, I've met so many great people who have tagged me and it said, you know what, I'm such a fan, and the fan base has grown. So thank you so much for reaching out and taking that first step, because the first step is really hard, to actually go up to someone you don't know and say, hey, I'm a huge fan, or I like this too, or anything. And I've even had people who just, as I'm on a stoplight, they will come right up next to me, roll down their window and scream, I love you. You're like, what? So it's really nice to be able to have that and to connect with people. So thank you so much to those out there. We did, Robert, do a beach photo shoot
Mhm.
and we went to a really beautiful beach area. I was very nervous, like you said, about getting my car stuck
Getting stuck.
in the sand.
She was. I can confirm. I was in the back
Oh.
seat, and she went, "I don't want to get stuck.
I said,
I don't want to
Yeah.
get stuck."
Yeah. But my son was driving, and he is an amazing, driver. So we didn't get stuck at all, but the photo shoots came out really well. But it was funny.
Absolutely.
I will tell you, we were on the beach taking some photos and doing some videos, and I had to do some my TikTok rolls. So we were on the beach and we're standing there. People are gathering around and they're looking and someone shouts out, "They're doing a fallout, shoot or photo shoot." And I just wanted to be like, no. We're just doing a regular influencer shoot.
Just
Don't
keep them
mix
guessing.
us up. Yeah, don't mix us up with that. We're not from Fallout itself, but huge fans. That's all. So,
The next season will be done in Florida.
gosh, I hope. I'm really hoping.
Yeah.
I did what made me very happy. Real quick before we move into the main topic.
Mhm.
I was over at a restaurant. And I had an older couple, probably in their 60s, late 60s, come up to me, and they were very ecstatic about the car. And the gentleman said to me, he's like, "Can I take a picture of the car?" And I said, "Yeah, it's normal for me now." But he said, "I just wanted to say I'm going to send these to my son because he was in the show."
Oh, wow.
And it was the most
Nice.
amazing thing. I was like, "Are you kidding me? This is so." So small world, very small world for all generations. I think,
Yeah.
and it's great. So, anyways, that made my day.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
So today's topic, we're going to talk about thrills, and as much as I want to say the largest thrill was me meeting that older generation people, there are better thrills than that in the world, right? Which I think Dee, Nova, and I can attest to, that it's not something that we'd really want to jump out of a plane or,
No.
bungee.
I see
bungee
thrills
jump.
in much different ways than putting my life in danger. Thank you very much. I deal
Yeah.
with that on a daily basis when I go to work.
When I go to work,
Comment,
the drivers in
side
Florida are
note,
pretty bad.
Florida drivers, they do not know how to drive. You will be
Oh.
fearing for your life on those roads and off the roads because sometimes they drive off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
she
is
does.
where we should put an ad for dash cams or something. Any sponsors?
Nova just we're talking about thrills. Nova just gave Dee the biggest uncomfortable thrill saying something like that when her daughter just got her license.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm up next. I still have yet to get mine, so
Yeah, she's like, "I'm in no
Yeah.
rush."
watch out.
Yeah.
Just to say, my oldest child is 22, Nova.
Mhm.
So
Yep, that's Nova.
So-
She's like, "Mom, I think I want to get a golf cart."
Listen, you see it enough around here, you'll just be like, you know what? I don't see a point in getting my license. Let me just get a golf cart.
She's like, "I'll stay on the sidewalks
stay
and I won't need my license." Yeah, one of the great things about Florida, you can drive your golf cart pretty much everywhere,
Yeah.
and we see them all over the place. So
Maybe that's my thrill.
there you go.
Driving a golf cart.
So the thrill of life, why do we seek it, right? That's the big question. And
Stimulation.
yeah, and so the thing is, as gamers, even as whether we're tabletop gamers or whether we're video gamers or whether you're just you like watching game shows themselves, what is the thrill? Why do we get a thrill out of that? I mean, the adventures that we take, going around the next corner is what's going to jump out at us, and we get a thrill for that, and we kind of prepare ourselves. And that's the same way in integration with life itself, right? Why do we jump on that roller coaster? Why do we bungee jump off that? Why do we do zip lines? Why do we do this, even skateboarding, and going down hills on a skateboard, or even motorcycle riding? So why do we want these things to give us that thrill? And who knows more than Robert who can give us a front row seat to thrills of a lifetime. Robert and I discussed this one time before. You jumped off, you bungee jumped
Yeah.
off the largest bridge
Thank you for the
in
clarification.
South Africa, right?
In the world. It's
In
actually the
yeah,
world.
in the world.
Yeah.
And
In the world, I thought it was only in
Yeah.
South Africa.
no, it was it is it's in South Africa, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, yes.
Oh,
But
So
my
generally speaking, it makes it even more terrifying.
yes.
Yeah.
So, Robert, please tell us about that. So,
Awesome.
I mean,
Yeah.
Might answer my question. Why?
Because I can. I think usually when people do like extreme things, they would probably build it up. Say for instance, okay, let's first jump off the roof with this, and then with the next thing. So you have like little goals. But I mean, the blowkrans, that's our national bird. You have like your almost like in Florida, they have the mosquito. We we have the blue crane. So the blue crane is our national bird, and like we have the protea as the national flower. So this bridge is called the blue crane, or die blauwkrans. In Afrikaans is blauwkrans bridge, and it is 708 feet, so 213 meters drop down. So, and it's about 30 minutes drive from where I stay. So why would I want to go anywhere else? Just go big or go home.
No bigger girl. He didn't ease his way into doing anything. He didn't go, oh, let me look at
No.
these nice cafes. He went, I'm gonna go jump off a bridge right now. That was his impulse.
oh my God.
Literally. So I'm going to show you a picture of the bridge.
It's really cool.
So now you see where the people are walking. Okay, so right above there, you can see where the it's basically like the national road. And when you walk on that, you see the netting. So we in South Africa, we've got a thing that we call, it's like barbecue. So the grid that you put on the fire, it's like little triangles. So it feels like you're walking on a thin piece of metal. But as you look down, you actually don't see the mesh. So you see right down. So anyone who has anxiety,
fun. So they also want
it's-
to induce a panic attack.
literally. But the thing is, and I'm not someone who I don't think I have a fear of heights, but immediately when you walk, it feels like your feet are so heavy.
Yeah.
It's like,
can
and then the
imagine.
kids are like, the little ones are running up, and I was like, just go, boss, just go, just go.
Oh
While I'm
my
holding onto the side.
gosh.
I can imagine you just have to kind of like not think so hard about it, because the more you think about it, the more your brain is
Yeah.
going to try and reason you out of it as sort of like a,
Right.
evolutionary safety precaution.
Yeah.
The thing is, because you literally think of all your sins while you're walking on
All
the
your
bridge.
sins.
Asking for forgiveness because you might not make it back.
Well,
So,
I guess it'd take me a
Crazy.
while to get across there if I had to think about all my
Oh.
sins.
yeah. Yeah, but they also have like a huge list of things like, do you have this, do you have this, or do you have that problem or something? Because they say actually it's the weirdest thing that someone mentioned, that it's actually bad for your eyesight. Now,
Really?
because of the pull and because you basically the G-force and everything, and when it yanks you up, because it's like an elastic band, it can actually, they say that your retina can detach. That there's a possibility that you can actually lose your sight.
Is that why you have
So-
glasses right now?
I
Do you
hope
mind telling
not.
the class? I just gotta take some notes.
Taking some notes.
Remind
this
me
is
not
because
to
of-
jump off that
It's
bridge.
age. I'm allowed to have glasses now. So they
So,
say that you can. It's
let me
it's
ask
that
you,
hectic. Yeah.
let me ask you, what was your thought as you're falling?
You know what it feels like? It feels like you've tripped, and as you prepare to that reflex that you want to prevent your face hitting the floor or something, you have 2 or 3 times of that happening. That was my experience, and then you realize, well, it's not going to help. It's not going
Right.
to prevent my fall. So you have that natural instinct of preventing yourself from tripping or falling. When you've already like tripped over a tree or something, whatever. Now you feel like you want to protect yourself.
Yeah.
And what happens is they play vibey music. So it's like to get yourself going. And as soon as you jump, they say like 3, 2, 1, bungee, and then you jump. But some people they literally push because they're like, I can't do this, and they just stand with their hands open
Yeah.
and then they push. But as soon as you go off the bridge, it's like you can't hear anything. It just goes. You just hear
Yeah,
wind.
God.
It's even your screaming reflex. It feels like that doesn't work either. It's like I'm going. "Ah!" There's just silence.
So does it pull the like your breath? Like you can't scream, or is it?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
feels like it's inhibited my screaming ability because you want to go like you say bungee. Wah!
Yeah.
And
Oh
then
my
Is
there's
it
God.
only
kind of like in
silence.
my head when you say like it kind of like takes your like breath away, like you can't scream? In my head, I'm thinking of like when you're on a roller coaster and you're like going down and like the wind is like so strong that you're just like, I got. Do you like hold your breath for a moment, or is it just like a
I
I
did
can't
for a
breathe for a
moment.
second?
Yeah, and it's actually it feels like everything is in slow motion, and then everything happens so quickly. Because
Interesting.
then as soon as when the rope gets to its end and you go like down and you go up again, then you have that moment where you go, I can scream again. And then you get that moment again where it's a shorter fall again because it really pulls you up, and then it's basically, yeah, it's but your body reacts to this. Like it's there's something like a short circuit or something. Now your body's like, whoa, what's happening over here? And then you see everything. But then once you all the way down, you go up, then you can enjoy the view. It feels like, you feel like in survival mode, and all of a sudden you just see the green grass, the trees, the little stream down under. It's
That's
it's
so
actually
nice.
it's an amazing sight.
He
So
said
but
you can enjoy the view.
yeah.
After you're done screaming.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
because
Before and
Enjoy.
after, and then after again, because you'll be going ah.
Robert, did nobody tell you that you can still stand on the bridge and enjoy the view?
Sometimes you want to get the view like you're a bird, okay?
yeah, it's literally a bird's eye view.
Flying
Look
around
at
in it.
that.
But the thing is, like people have like different things. Like some people, they have different time slots, so you can actually have a night jump. So I think
Oh my
that must be
gosh, that sounds
terrifying. Going,
horrifying.
or
Into the dark.
they'll jump in reverse, like with your back towards the side. But it's so weird because your feet are literally just over the edge, and it feels like I felt like I needed to push back the whole time just to try and get myself
Right.
balanced because it literally feels like the ground pulls you. There's some force that pulls you down, whether it's gravity or it's just your mind going, and there's nothing. Apparently, they say it's the only thing that keeps you alive is knowing that you have a string tied to your legs. So that
Really?
thing
So
in the back of your mind.
subconsciously, like, the brain,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
knows that you're safe, that you're
Yeah.
well, technically you're safe, right? So
Yeah.
it doesn't,
Yeah.
because if we fell like without anything, what I
That's it. Yeah.
hear is that
Yeah.
you pass out
Yeah.
before you even hit the ground because of the
That's it.
fact
Yeah.
that your brain wants to protect you from that pain or from whatever it
Yes.
is.
Thank you for
That
you had such a nice way of explaining it because I was trying to go there, but I didn't know how to say it because the thing
Oh,
is you don't
no,
want to
I
unlock
completely
other things. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
But literally it's like they say if you go without the string, it's
Mhm.
you will never like reach the ground in that sense in your own mind frame. You
Right.
don't make it until the fall.
Right.
So the only thing that literally keeps you alive is knowing that you have that string on your that lifeline. That's probably where it comes from, eh? The
It's that
lifeline.
lifeline, exactly. And
Mhm.
I mean, I don't understand. What was the thrill of this? What was there something that you were just like, I want to try this? What really motivated you?
I think it's always been a thing. Me being the musician, choir boy, not big into sports, and then eventually being into bodybuilding and all those type of things. I think it's kind of making up for lost time. And we had friends that volunteered. We have what is it like it's not a theme park, but it's like a zoo, but it's just for lions. Literally also like 15 to 20 minutes drive from where I stay.
Mhm.
And we usually have volunteers from abroad. So we had friends from the Middle East that actually volunteered at the lion farm, and then they said they were all going through to go and bungee jump, and I'm like, should I do it? Should I not? Should I not? So I think it was a bit of peer pressure as well, and we all just went. And I still have a friend that's because I at one stage I said I will never jump, I'll never do that, and he went like this also like tree top type of thing. It's something similar, but it's also like almost like a foofy slide or something that you go from the one to the other.
Oh, zip
And
line. Are you talking about
yeah,
zip
like a
line?
zip line thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And he went on something like that. And I said, no, it's not something that I would do. And then I go and bungee jump. So he was very upset, at least for like 3 months. And he was very upset that I went to go and bungee jump, but I didn't want to go treetop like zip line.
Yeah, I'd probably
You
do
gotta
zip
start
lining
big.
before I
You gotta start. You gotta like. I'm no pun intended. You gotta jump into it. You know, you like throw yourself in, and then you're like, okay, well, since I did this one, that's the worst. I can do other things. And you know, I had something similar happen to me. I think it was last year when we went to Epic Universe.
Yeah.
I made a bucket list for the summer of things that I wanted to do to make up for lost time.
Mhm.
Because you know, growing up, I didn't really have a lot of friends. I didn't really get out to do a lot of things. So now that I live in Florida, now that there's stuff to do, I want to go out and do things. And one of
Yeah.
those on my list was to go on a roller coaster. And I'm
Yeah.
not somebody who goes on roller coasters. I used
Yeah.
to when I was younger. I did things like Tower of Terror and stuff at Disney World. But for a while I stopped because I just didn't I thought, you know, they were kind of scary. I didn't really like the feeling that I got. But just to say that I did it, to be proud of myself, you know, I was just kind of like, you know what, I'm gonna try and get myself to do this. And I feel like that's one of the other like contributors is, you know, some people just want to try it just to say that they've done it. And I had gone on, there's this roller coaster at Epic Universe called Stardust Racers.
Okay.
And I had only seen the front of the roller coaster, and I went, that looks so fun.
Yeah.
And I again wasn't somebody who goes on roller coasters, but I was looking for one that I was like, okay, well, what's one that I think I could get myself to do?
Yeah.
I went on it with my brother and my father after they had gone on it because I had been debating. I was like, should I go on it? They already went on, but should I go on it if they go again? I went on it. It was I had only seen the front of the coaster where they through the passing walking area. I had not seen the back of the coaster. Was not expecting it at all whatsoever. If I saw that, I probably would have said no. But going on it kind of like changed my feeling where it was like, okay, well, I got on it. It was terrifying, but it's also really fun. And I had so much fun that I was like, okay, well, now I want to go on other roller coasters while I'm here. And it kind of like taking on like the one that should have been intimidating, I guess, had I known. Taking that on first kind of made it easier to take on other ones that would have intimidated me prior. Because then after that, I had gone on one that was in their monsters area. I think it's called like Darkmoor or something like that.
Yeah.
They had a roller coaster where it had like seating around a thing and it would spin as it's like going back and forth and stuff. And had I like been around browsing without having gone on Stardust Racers first, I would have seen that and I would have been like, nope, no thank you. But I went on that, and then I went on their they have some sort of like dark ride. In that one, I was kind of intimidated to go on that one, but like honestly, I would do it again. I love it. I love all the rides that I've been on. As somebody who just doesn't go on rides, I feel like throwing yourself in it just kind of like helped. And just to and I only really wanted to do it just to say that I had done it.
Right.
Yeah.
I think there's a huge differentiation in the degrees of how you react to certain things. I mean, when I was younger, we used to have like almost like a theme park. It was like a moving theme park, almost like a circus. And I would imagine something like in Disney World where they have the teacups that turn around. They those type of things. But you can pull it and it goes faster and faster.
Yes.
So you can have that same reaction. I think same thing with watching a movie. I'm thinking of the 3D and the 4D type of things. We have this immersive type of movies, watching something like I don't know. I'm thinking Animal Crossing, but it's not that. Jurassic Park. You know, when you have dinosaurs, like basically.
There's nothing dangerous
That's a
about
really
Animal
thrilling
Crossing.
film. It's to go in. I'm so terrified to go see Animal Crossing right
I don't
now,
want to do
guys.
Animal Crossing in 3D. No, thank you.
Yeah, that could be scary. So I'm thinking a lot of that, and I think that's what also there's some form of, say for instance, a chemical reaction that happens when it's a jump scare, or when it's a
Yes.
suspense or a thriller or a horror type of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it feels like I've experienced so many things. I even there's a friend of mine who it's almost like take your daughter to work type of situation, but you can go into real work situations. And she wanted to be a police person, and but it was like high school, so she wasn't a teenager. But they went into a room where they actually saw it was almost like a murder scene type of thing,
Mhm.
and she was so excited because this was like her thrill. Where other people's like, no, I can't do look at this or whatever. It's too
Yeah.
too realistic type of thing. So I think everyone has like their kick in a certain way.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
I'm thinking, aren't you like someone who likes like horror movies, or is it like the complete opposite type of thing? Like what is your your kick?
My kick is I'm an anxious person. So I
understandable.
don't do a lot of the big thrills, but like my kick was LARPing
Mhm.
when I
Yes.
was live action role play.
Understandable.
And we would be in the middle of the woods in the middle of the night, and we're being chased by other players who are playing like huge undead.
Yeah.
And you're so immersed in that world
Yep.
that you're running for your life because
Mhm.
I used to make kids do that when I was in elementary school. I went, let's pretend we're playing the Hunger Games. You guys fight now.
Yeah. So,
Let's
but
have
you're
fun.
running for your life from these huge undead or
Mm.
giant monsters or something like that, that you know, you're so immersed in that world that you know, that's a thrill
Mhm.
because
Absolutely.
you're doing something that on some level is putting you in danger.
Yes.
Right. It's stimulating.
It
Yeah.
is, and it's a stimulation thing. And when we're stimulated, it activates all these chemicals in our brains, whether it's the serotonin, the cortisol, you know, all the dopamine, all these various chemicals that activate in our brain that trigger different emotions.
Right.
And so like I'm an anxious person, so I don't do like the scary thrills.
Right.
Right.
You
There are
know,
much smaller thrills that are out there.
yeah, but I do the LARPing, and I can get into my games that, you know, I'm so immersed in the thought processes of my character that, you know, in a way it becomes real,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
you know, and you
Method
know,
acting.
like I've got one character that I play that is a huge dragonborn character that like 6'7", you know, huge, massive, and I'm 5 foot, like flat. I am short, but this is my tank, and when I play my tank, I am just like beating the hell out of stuff, and
Right.
you know, breathing acid breath and all these things, and you know, I am just tearing through enemies that,
Yeah.
you know, on any given day, D's gonna be sitting there going, nope.
Yeah.
So my thrills come from mental stimulation,
Yeah.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
and
Oh.
so that's where my thrills come from. I don't do a lot of physical thrills because it does create that anxiety thing, but a lot of people who have anxiety go the opposite way. they they will seek out those dangerous thrills, those moments that make you doubt whether you're gonna make it out alive, type of thing, because they want to defeat the anxiety.
Right.
Yes, I can confirm this actually. I was going to bring this up, was not every thrill has to be large scale. Back when
Yeah.
I had severe social anxiety, one of my thrills I would seek out was doing theater or just trying to find people to talk to make friends, like going to local social clubs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was my thrill. And that may not
Yeah.
be, on the same scale as whatever Tell was doing, jumping off bridges, but like
Yeah.
it was a thrill for me in that position because I was somebody who sought out wanting to overcome this, and that was something that was, that intimidated me, and I wanted to face that. And in order to do that, you kind of have to face that and endure the thrilling, scary stimulation of the situation.
Yeah.
I have to agree.
It's about facing your fears.
Facing your fears.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was going to
Yeah.
say that, Dee, is you mentioned LARPing and how LARPing can really, and for those of you who are not familiar with LARPing, LARPing is really the live action role playing. And so you really immerse yourself into this. Like it's almost being an actor in a movie, and you're literally depending on what the scene is, you're literally so immersed that you feel that fear of that character.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so it really can get quite intimidating. I actually went and I did some LARPing back when I lived in New Jersey, and it was a Viking LARPing. And I'll tell you what, I played a character, a very innocent, and I'm not going to get too detailed character, but and she was very persuasive. But it came to the point where I had to walk through this large Viking village, and as I was going through the village, uh the chief of the village saw me walk through, and he literally screamed out, "You!" And everybody stopped. Literally, I mean, you got to think to yourself, this is such an immersive area, okay, in LARPing. He screamed out, "You!" Everybody stopped. The chief was talking, and he pointed to me and he said, "You come with me now." And he wanted that in intimate relationship.
He wanted that persuasion. He wanted to be persuaded.
He wanted that and I literally was so scared. Like, I mean, in that situation, nobody's going to hurt you to the point where you're going to get killed. You know what I mean? Like, but you feel that. And literally, I was so scared. I was just like, I froze up, couldn't talk, and I left. I was gone. Yeah. I just ran.
She said, "That's enough of that scene.
I'm out." So it is a thrill. There are certain things that can be thrilling.
Yeah.
Because you feel like your life is on the line, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with you, Dee, in that aspect as well. It can be, if it's really, really good and really immersive, you can feel like you're threatened.
To say the only other thrilling thing I do is I do ride motorcycles.
Yay! But that's cool.
I want to overcome.
See that. I can see Dee riding a motorcycle. I can see this.
Moto girl, let's go. I love it.
I do ride motorcycles. I haven't ridden in a few years, but mostly because I just don't have a bike anymore.
Right.
But I love riding motorcycles, and we're working on getting me a trike.
Ooh.
So that I don't have to worry about balance issues.
Right. That's me.
Because I developed vertigo in my ears after my first pregnancy. And it's gone away largely, but I still feel a little unsteady on like a regular bike. So a motorized
would be better. Yeah. That's why I don't do and Robert, I would so love to do some of the things that, like you do the roller coasters when you were visiting us, you and Alex
Yeah.
went on the roller coasters and stuff. And I
True.
know you have a clip of that you want to show
Yes.
too. But I would do those things, but I have really bad motion sickness. Like
Yeah.
it's so bad for me. And I used to, now I've had this since I was younger. And I would travel from Hawaii when I lived in Hawaii, all around the world for work. And the vertigo or the motion sickness would be so bad that I'd have to pop the Dramamine or do the little wrist things and things like that.
Mm.
But I can't, it's just a scare to me because I know how it feels.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of people will say, well, just, don't worry about it or don't think about it. And they're not, it's like
A
anxiety. You
lot more
can't
difficult than
shut
that,
it off,
unfortunately.
and so
Yeah.
it makes it difficult. So I think a lot of people would love to do those thrill seeking things that you do, Robert, but I think
Yeah.
some people they don't mentally, it's like you can't shut things off.
Yeah.
So how do
Right.
you shut that off? How do you?
Yeah, I think in certain things, because here again, some of the experience that I had with being a physical trainer also, where and it's not like it's client confidentiality, but I had a client who he was involved in a helicopter accident
Mhm.
where the thing of the helicopter descended because it I don't know what happened, but something malfunctioned, and the pilot actually said, when we hit this specific height, you need to jump, but he jumped down, so then they will be injured, but they will survive this
Right.
crash.
Mhm.
And they did, and because how it happened is that we went to this one machine. You call it a Smith machine, so it's like a stability type of thing that helps you to when you train your legs. So the weight goes onto your shoulders, and you go all the way down, it's like at a 90-degree angle, and you stand up. So, and he said, "There's no way you're getting me into that machine." He said because he would sit in a restaurant, and if someone had to bump his chair,
Mhm.
he would get that anxiety where he relives that whole situation of
Mhm.
falling out of this airplane or this
PTSD.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I had to then show him without any weights how this thing has a mechanism that locks in that you won't go below a certain thing, even if worst case scenario, if you can't lift it and you're stuck, that I had to show him how to maneuver out of it, and then he had to take it at his own pace. I had to walk away so that he can investigate first, so he feels safe, and then he can say, okay, this thing is not going to hurt him, and then to prove yourself. So I think a little bit at a time. I think some people either literally have to go for therapy, and whether it's through physical experiences and putting themselves into that dangerous situation, but knowing in the back of their head that they're not in any danger.
Mhm.
That's how you overcome that fear. I would think that would be like something like overcoming your fear of heights or something like that. Some people have extreme ways that they would force this person to go bungee jumping to get over it. But I
Right.
don't think everyone works like that.
Yeah,
So
in the
Yeah.
military they do that where
yeah,
if you're a soldier and you have to fly, because CJ had to
yeah,
do this when he was in the military,
okay,
and as a flight engineer, they put them in a survival mode and they just
yeah,
drop them off in the middle of somewhere and then with limited supplies and then they have to get out.
Yep.
yeah,
And then they put them in a box, like he was in a box, like a small box for
yeah.
days. And they
Wow.
had to train them on if they were soldiers of captured soldiers, and
Yeah,
they have to overcome this fear, so they put them in those situations.
yeah,
And if you have vertigo or anything like, they will spin you around constantly until
yeah.
you're completely not
Over
like that
it.
anymore. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
and
Exposure therapy.
Yep.
yeah, and repeating that whole thing, it's like the same thing where you never mentioned when, like with theater, that was like something that could have been scary. But if she would go karaokeing often, then that becomes easier. When
Mm-hmm.
first you stand like a little statue with a microphone, and you barely get the sound out. Next time you're going to move a little bit, so
Yeah.
little baby steps and things like that. But also some of the things that could also be thrill seeking, in like with regards to the LARPing and all that, is maybe just going to be part of a show, or just going to go and watch something and
Yeah.
be
Mhm.
immersed into it.
Absolutely.
I think in a way we experienced that with the medieval fair that we went to. You could dress up, and
Yes.
we had a moment where we were the red team. So when
Yeah,
someone screamed out, they said "for the horde," and it felt like we were all just like yeah, like into this.
It was
So it
very
was
fun.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that was really cool. And being part of those type of things, I mean, that could be like a safer space, but it could also evoke emotion and things like that. And we experienced things like the falconeering that was also part of this, and it's beautiful. And I was so emotional, with being there and thinking like, oh, we don't have this in our country. It's so beautiful. You want to share it with everyone,
Yeah.
but you just can't. You want other people to experience it too.
Right.
So Kat, I gave you some time to to prepare yourself for my video clips. If you want to close your eyes,
Oh my
So
goodness.
we went to. I'm giving you the less scary one. So it's the cheetah hunt. It was at Busch Gardens that we experienced. So this is like a 2 minute video footage of it. So I had a body cam. So you'll experience it as person being right in front. So this one, it's not too much up and down. It's more about the speed. So it was something that was more like a thrill seeking. It's like within a few
Sounds fun.
seconds, it goes over. So are you ready? Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
This is really thrilling.
Is it showing? Like I'm not seeing it.
I'm not
It's
seeing
not
it either.
showing. Okay, let me
Huh.
see if I can get it onto. Let's see. Why does it not show? Let's remove it again. Let's add it. There we go.
Whoa! Ooh.
Am I gonna vomit?
No, that's fine. We're in this together.
Were you in the front?
Yeah, we were just a seat just behind the front. Alex is right next to me.
Me and I are gonna collapse over.
Beautiful scenery.
Oh, nope. You lost me there. Going upside down. Nope.
Almost done.
It does look really fun. You know how many other people are just having a blast right now? Me, I'm vomiting over the side.
I know, especially with that.
Motion sickness.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Last bit. There we go. Yeah, that's high.
Nice longer ride.
Well, I've had my workout for the day.
His arms and legs inside. Even watching it, I can still feel I still remember that feeling.
Freedom. Freedom at last. And round.
Feels good. We have to have the high five or something over there. So
Oh
yeah,
my
so that
God.
was what we experienced. There was this other ride that we did that was more like up and down, and it's like it has this long climb, and then it's like it goes like slightly over the edge, and then you sit and wait, and then all of a sudden, there's no like 1, 2, 3, it just falls, and then when you
No.
get, it's like okay, that's over and done with, and it's like it's gonna happen again, type of thing. And I think Alex said at one stage, he said, "Put your hands up." I'm like, I can't.
I can't.
That's great.
So
That's
my hands were
hilarious.
totally stuck.
No, I think the biggest thrill roller coaster for me, it wasn't even a roller coaster. I think the biggest ride thrill for me was last year, and it was the Nintendo Yoshi ride.
Really, because I would have thought the most thrilling ride was when we went into Spencer's. She saw the Fallout merch shelf and went, "Oh my gosh, look!" She rolled her wheelchair so fast it slammed into the wall.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, and so just letting you know that was a thrilling ride because I couldn't get my automatic wheelchair to back up, so I was continuously hitting the wall, and everybody was just standing around laughing.
Some people
that was
feel that
fun.
it could be a thrill just to go to
Thrilling ride.
Target and just to go out for a shopping spree.
Hey,
or
that's my
something.
thrill. My daily thrill is going to Dunkin' and getting my vanilla iced coffee with 6 creamer and 6 sugars.
Okay,
There we
Duncan,
go.
we don't.
I'm trying a new drink at
We're trying to
Dunkin'.
New
have
drink.
to get your sponsorship so that Nova can get
Definitely.
her addiction. Honestly, I can't. I was watching that. I can't even do VR. I
Yeah.
literally
I was
can't.
gonna say, watching that, I'm
Yeah.
usually pretty easygoing when it comes to watching stuff from like a first person point of view because it's just content to me and I don't really feel myself in that position. But like seeing the way it was like moving, I was like,
Yeah.
I might get a little sick.
But being in the roller coaster was fine, but also watching it now, I kind of have that Sea of Thieves moments, you know.
Yeah, I feel like you're more aware of it. See, the thing is, I had a similar experience too, because like after I went on Stardust Racers, I went online to see like videos of like people riding, and some people had put on like first person point of view kind of stuff, like your video, and I was like, see, this makes it look like it was a little more chaotic than it actually was, because like being in that position, it's like you're just kind of experiencing it and you're not really like processing, I guess, like how much you're moving, I guess. But I don't know.
I would be, if I didn't have anxiety, if I didn't have motion sickness, I think I would have been a thrill seeker. I really would have been one of those. I think.
I can see that. You're somebody who jumps on opportunity.
I would be right there and definitely in that position that you're doing. And I think those are the things that kind of hold us back, are those fears. And having to overcome those fears is actually, I think, more fearful than overcoming them. So for instance, for some people, they want to be successful, but when they get to that point where they feel there's only a couple more steps and I can succeed or anything like that, they stop. Because it's scary to actually know that you have actually succeeded. What happens after that, right? So we
feeling is like intimidating,
very fearful of things that we want to overcome, but it's easier for us to just sit and not
what's familiar.
Right. So if you are one of those people where you want to have that thrill seek, where you want to succeed, where you want to really advance yourself and just come out of your shell, the first step is to overcome the fear of actually being fearful, right? So that would require taking little workshops, like the workshops that DA is holding. The doll one is a really great example for coming out of our shells and moving on to the next level of ourselves, or finding that inner part of ourselves, why, the reasoning behind why we are afraid of doing certain things. So those things are really important, and just taking those steps. If you don't want to continue, that's totally up to you, but I would recommend that we take those first steps. For instance, I have a fear of flying, and it's not fear of flying because I'm afraid the plane's going to go down, but I have a fear of flying because of my anxiety and because of my motion sickness. And I have a fear of going on cruises because of that. I don't want to ruin it for anybody. I don't want to ruin my vacation. I paid $2,000 to go on this vacation, and all I'm going to do is vomit, you know?
Yeah.
So I have a fear of that. So my next step is get on a plane and take maybe a flight for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then take a flight for an hour. And then and kind of move on, because my whole goal in life is I want to go over to like Seoul, or to Shanghai, or to Japan or Australia or anything like that.
South Africa.
Yes, or South Africa, so I want to travel, but I can't do that when I'm in this state of mind, right? So as we move forward, we have to take those baby steps. And I think today those discussions were really important. The workshops Dee are doing is doing the talk, the training that Robert was doing, the push to move forward that Nova was doing. All those are really important in our lives. Anybody else want to leave some last comments before we leave?
I did want to say, I thought the theme of today's episode was quite fitting because I recently, while I was working on some commissions, was listening to some background audio. And my choice of audio, of course, is horror. And as I was listening, I had chosen a creator who was reading a creepypasta known as Ted the Cave Diver, where this is basically the premise of it. Ted is a cave diver, and he decides to take on this cave diving experience with his friend, and they want to go deeper into this cave, in a cave that nobody else has really explored before. And in order to do this, they have to peel away at this really small portion of the cave until they can squeeze their body into the hole. So they're basically doing like is it spelunking? Is that what they call it? And fitting themselves into like a very tight space. And he's not too. He was initially very averse to it. He wasn't too fond of it. But at one point during the story, he talks about how it was something he wanted to do. One, just to say that they did do that, and two, it was too late to kind of like quit at the point that they were at, and he wanted to be able to follow through with it. So he continued to go to be able to do that. But I thought it was a really fitting thing to be able to discuss thrills and being able to push through them and, work through that a little bit after I had just consumed a story that was literally the exact same topic.
Nice. Very nice.
I would just say that anticipatory fear is really what holds us back.
Absolutely.
It is really what holds us back. And if you can take even baby steps to get over that anticipatory fear, because we fear being afraid.
Yes.
We fear getting sick. We fear ruining the vacation for somebody, that sort of thing. And it's a fear of being afraid.
Right.
Of something going wrong.
Fear is meant to protect us.
And it's when that fear becomes overwhelming that it inhibits us from moving forward. Right. So, just take baby steps and conquer that anticipatory fear. And the rest of the fears might kind of fall in line.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just think the brain is so weird and wonderful, that you get scared or you're afraid of how your body is going to react, that you actually get anxious with those things, that if a person struggles with these things, I think it's nice to take baby steps and also be kind to yourself in a way where don't expect, if you built up this anxiety over years and years of being exposed to the wrong things, you have to unlearn it. And sometimes it takes a little bit longer to unlearn that habit or that fear, because you have to now build a trust in yourself and in other people. And some people, it sounds, it say you have trust issues, but we do, and if you can't trust yourself, be kind and do things where that you can't necessarily fail, or that you say, for instance, if finding front row parking or something at the mall or something is something that like you need, okay, I'm going to trust myself to get front row, and when you get that, it's cool. And if you don't get it, it's not the end of the world. So give yourself little goals where you can't possibly fail, and then somehow it's like you're leveling up and giving yourself a little bit more difficult tasks, but still in your safety zone until you get to that space where you feel comfortable to do things. And it's just I'm just amazed at what we get to speak about on these talks.
So please head on over to our Brainhacks link. You'll get all kinds of different links there, from our podcast links to each one of our individual links as well, and a little bit more about what we do and what we discuss here on Brainhacks. It has been a great hour with the three of you, as usual. And you can catch us every month at the end of the month, last Saturdays at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But we also put these up on YouTube and other social medias, so you can go back and watch it if you are not a morning person or if you are in a different time zone. Please go and check those out, and then let us know. Show your support for us at least, so we know that we can continue giving you this free content of wonderful knowledge from all of our skills and expertise over so many different years of doing, the mental health talking, as well as experience in working with other people and gaming and intertwining all of that together. So thank you for joining us, everybody. It has been great. We will see you next month in May already. I can't believe it.
Already.
And hopefully we will be able to connect with each one of you individually or on Discord or social medias. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.